Welcome to Hyper Peak Remodeling's YouTube channel. We have Azelia with Interior by Design and Chantelle, who also works for Interior by Design. We've partnered with many projects in the past. They're one of the best interior design companies here in Southern Utah, and you guys have actually just expanded. You guys are going coast to coast, nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
Ambition for Europe. That's what's 2027.
That's it for sure.
Teach them how to do it over there.
Yes.
I just want to give them an opportunity to talk about themselves, talk about why you're in this business, what you've learned about it, and just kind of tell us about both of you. So we'll start with Azelia.
That's great. So we are Interiors by Design. I started it. We're in our 4th year of business here in Utah, and like McKay said, we're going nationwide. That's a new thing as of 3 months ago. There's really 2 attributes that I will point to when it comes to our success, and the first is a quote from Mr. Beast, and his success he attributes to his speed and how fast he moves, and that he just moves faster than anyone else. And that's really our goal too, is we want to be always at the top in terms of innovation, in terms of process, and in terms of the highest standard. We want to be at the very top consistently. The second thing is our process. Our process focuses heavily on uniting and running parallel with the builder and the general contractor in a project. We want to be on the same page as the builder and the same page as the architect as soon as we can. There's a real powerful unity when those 3 are combined. The client has the best experience, and you keep up with your timeline, you keep up with your budget. All of the selections that you choose are applicable, and all together, it's just the most efficient way you can do your design process. Yes, we care about the way it looks. Yes, we care about the functionality, but we really want to run together with the builder and with the architect to give the client the best experience they can have.
Great. What about you, Chantelle?
I'm Chantelle Taylor. I've been doing design for about 3 years now. I bought a wallpaper company, which everybody, that's not necessarily the first thing people always think about when they think of interior design. But I purchased that company, and it kind of morphed into client relationships where I would go into their home and I would help them design a space sometimes just based off of their wallpaper choice. And that kind of helped me design more areas and look deeper into interior design. And then I met Azelia, and I'm so excited to be able to join Interiors by Design and get my feet wet here in the southern Utah area.
Yeah. How long have you been a partner with, or how long have you been with them?
It's new. It's very new. So she likes to move fast too.
Yep.
So
Great.
I'm definitely I see it, I want it, I'm gonna do it kind of person.
She got here last week. So we're
moved from
Idaho.
Eastern Idaho last week.
Nice. Well, welcome to Southern Utah.
Thank you.
At least I won't say anything. Let's talk about.
And that 90 degrees slapped her in the face.
Yeah, it's got to be a heat wave.
I still like the 90 degrees. When it gets to 100, 105, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be inside.
Joe, cooking like a hot potato, right?
Yeah.
From Idaho. So I'm interested to know. I know my process is. I'm interested to know what the process is for you. Is it better for if a homeowner wants to get a hold of you? Is that the best route, or do you like to be working with the contractor directly, or what is your
Good question.
systems?
So kind of 2 different ways. Typically with remodels, we see a variety where clients will either bring us on themselves as a reference from the general contractor, or the general contractor will bring us in. The purpose of getting an interior designer is to simplify your decision making and your guesswork. We want to take the is this going to look good? Oh, well, should I choose this or this? And then how many decisions pool up after that? We want to take all of that out, and we want to make it as predictable as possible. So in terms of where do you start, we can start with the GC, we can start with the client. Ultimately, both need to be comfortable with us. They both need to mesh well with us. It's always nice to meet on site and get a feel for the project that way, and see the space we're working with before we get started.
Yeah.
So I guess kind of both, to answer your question.
Okay. That's great. What about Chantelle? Is pretty much the same process for you, I'm assuming? Okay.
Yeah.
So just some advice. When you give an answer, if you can make it short, do you really really heavy
Concise.
because that way I can put that on Instagram.
Clip it.
Because I'll put the whole thing, like I'll clip this part out. But
Okay.
we can get that for
Very
people
short.
will watch the first part. So like this next question is, what's the biggest mistake homeowners make before they even talk to you?
So
talk
like
to an interior designer?
answer it,
So
but
it'll be
then
like,
expound.
the biggest thing they mistake on is they always go to Pinterest or whatever else.
Think media. We can do this.
Think media.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So for you guys, what is the biggest mistake that homeowners make before they give you a call, before they call a designer?
The biggest mistake is going to Pinterest. Definitely.
Really?
Jumping on Pinterest, making boards, big mistake.
Can you expound on why? Why? I always assumed that was the best thing. I'm all over Pinterest.
Yeah, and to be honest, everyone is. It comes down to confusion, and when you go on Pinterest, it's really not a show of real life. It's perfectly posed moments,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot about aesthetic. So you're going on Pinterest, you're seeing, oh, I like this, but what you really like about it isn't tangible. You're liking that all the colors are monochromatic. You're liking that it's a $6 million chandelier. You know, it's things that you can't piece together. And so it just sets kind of an unrealistic standard and scatters your overall vision for your space. It brings in too many facets.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that it makes it so, like, one of my primary goals with interior design is to make the home feel like a home.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're coming home and this is your sanctuary. And sometimes, like, when you look at Pinterest, that's somebody else's sanctuary.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's not yours. So I really focus on making your house feel like you.
Yeah,
Nice.
really important. Very important.
Great answers.
Is that better? More concise?
That was perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
both of you guys are great on that one. The next one talks about Pinterest. What do we do? Have so many people end up on finished places. I don't know if we want to dive into that. What about this? So, what trends are you guys seeing in Southern Utah? Like, what's going on in 2026?
Very warm, organic, and modern with a little bit of a transitional twist. That's where everyone's going. They're going to the white oak. They're bringing back, like, the two-tone cabinets are kind of making a comeback. And then all wood. All wood's made a really big comeback in the past 2 years. And a lot of white. Sticking
Warmer
neutral.
whites.
Yep, very warm whites. Chantilly lace, alabaster. Yep, very warm.
Like Swiss coffee.
Swiss coffee's huge.
Yeah.
So, do you guys think that a trend? So, Chantelle, do you think that a trend is something that like everyone decides, or is it something that somebody sets a tone somewhere else and then they bring it here? Like, how do you assume that?
It migrates from the East Coast,
Yep.
You think so?
east to west, and then it cycles all over again.
Yeah, if you ever want to know what's next, just peek into New York, peek into North Carolina, even Georgia, peek there,
Mm-hmm.
and then it makes its way over.
I know like Europe has a lot of like clothing design. Do they also influence that? Because I know that like here in Southern Utah we're getting the not lime wash, the other one,
Like plaster.
the plaster look is
Mhm.
starting to come. I've seen a couple of restaurants, a couple of houses have that.
Yeah,
You seeing that as something that comes from Europe, or is that from the East Coast?
interesting. I actually have a lot of weigh-in on this. I don't know if you've, well, the Devil Wears Prada 2 is coming out.
This is
I don't
actually
know.
we're sponsored by them.
I know, Devil's
Devil by
Prada.
Prada 2.
Those are Prada, yeah. So in the original movie, there's like a play where they or like a scripted scene where they talk about how her sweater that she's like, I just picked this sweater, but it's actually a cerulean blue, and it's this subliminal programming of years, and it represents years in the fashion industry and how it's made its way from the top lines all the way down to the low class. And so it's kind of similar in interior design where it ties in from Europe. It ties into the trendsetters, who I would say definitely fashion designers play a bigger role than people realize,
Mhm.
because fashion in and of itself is an example of the culture at the time. And so you've seen it all throughout time. That's why you get these vast differences and changes through the decades in interior design, is because the culture is changing around the world. So it definitely migrates from Europe, but America has its own in and of itself in terms of culture.
Okay.
So it's got its own spin on interior design as well. I think a lot of Europe will always have, you can tell it's European interior design. When you get into America, you can tell it's American interior design. There's just these little facets and these differences in color and in space versus negative space, and you can tell. At least I feel like I can tell.
Yeah. You're probably better at that than me, but
If we talk about wallpaper, she has a lot.
She's got it.
I do know a lot about wallpaper.
Are you seeing a big push on wallpaper? That's a good question. Is wallpaper coming back?
Yeah.
Is it really though?
Back.
Interesting. I have yet to do a job with wallpaper. Oh, we'll see. You talked to the job over in Hurricane Hickens. Yeah,
they've got some wallpaper on there.
So we'll see what they say. I'm supposed to give them a call today.
Mm.
Great. Let's see. Okay, what about this? So we talked about what's coming in the style. What do you think is not going to last 10 years? Chantelle, what do you think?
Yeah. I think the cold colors are still gonna be out.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
go ahead.
anything cold, like
Floor, tile.
the
walls.
grays. The
Yeah,
blacks.
grays are out.
What about like
here.
black houses?
I think it'll go out.
I think the like black fixtures are gonna go out.
You think
Yes.
so?
In I shouldn't say fixtures. What I mean specifically
You mean
is
hardware?
like plumbing hardware,
Plumbing
not
hardware.
lighting. I'm
So
talking
bath
more.
fixtures.
Yeah, bath fixtures. Black against white. I will say, black against black or black against like a very different color
Mhm.
probably is fine. But black against white, I don't even think it was ever in. It shouldn't have ever been in my opinion.
Really?
I don't think it should have
Or
ever
just
been in.
all black on. I like doing the different hardwares,
Mm-hmm.
but doing all black is
Yeah.
Different hardware from like in the room or like
door pulls.
drawer pull is different color than your trim. Interesting.
Yeah, same tones, very important. Same tones, but different colors. It is definitely coming in. It's
Interesting.
Yeah, more of that
You
eclectic
think that's
feel.
gonna last 10 years?
Well, I don't think anything lasts 10
You don't
years
think
except
so?
for neutrals. That's it.
That's true.
Or
I mean,
neutrals.
Gold's gone out. Now it's
Yep.
coming back in, but it's just the tone of the gold. Is
Yes.
it like the rose gold and the brush gold? Like that's.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of that in some of the bigger houses.
Right. I think that timeless, like bronze to me, like a really timeless bronze will always be
Mhm.
through the decades. You'll have it.
Even like chrome.
Yeah, chrome's solid.
Chrome's not going anywhere. That's whenever I have. Okay, here's a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's different finishes for different levels. What is like the standard like rental? Like what do you like? Where
Oh,
do you
yeah.
kind of rate your stuff? Like your finishes?
Interesting. I mean, so we just did one this big. It's a vacation home. I guess it's not a rental, but vacation home in the Ledges. And we're mixing metals there. The designer on that is Kara Hopkins. She's doing a fantastic job. It's a big house, so it's been a lot of work for her, and she's really bringing the space together. So we're excited to see. I'm excited to see that finish up. She's mixed metals in some of the bathrooms, and with the lighting fixtures, she's mixed metals. And at first, maybe that sounds scary,
Yeah, I'm scared.
right? I know, you're like, oh my gosh. But she's really kept the tones solid, and then in the cabinetry and the flooring, she's married it all together. So it's turning out really well. It looks cohesive. It flows, and you maybe wouldn't guess that. But mixed metals, I think everyone's afraid of that right now. But it's coming, and it's already in New York. I was just there last week.
I'll have to see some pictures. We'll have
Yep.
to throw some on the video.
Yeah, I'll have to send you some.
So what about like for example, I'm bidding for the Hickens. Let's say, could we just get away with just a chrome on there, or do you think that's not going to last? Do you think that's not? Is
Good
that more
question.
cheap look?
Are you saying specifically for cabinet hardware or like plumbing
all
fixtures,
of it.
everything?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if for her you're gonna get away with that.
I know she
was
has
saying,
taste,
it's like she was saying like red handles, which I love. It's fun to get into that, but I think you can get away with it just
think
fine. The chrome looks great. Once they stop making appliances and only chrome, black or white, maybe we'll have a different story. But right now, since
You see that on the
most of them-
horizon? You think we're going to see some different
I
colored
hope so.
appliances?
But right now, it's just that cafe line that does all the fun colors and it's crazy expensive. But the second they start standardizing that and you've got some more fun colors, I think we'll start to get into a little bit more of a, like Japan has that.
Oh, do they?
Yep. So again, that's kind of a culture thing. It's just we'll see what happens. But right now we're stuck in the
Like the green toilets,
Yeah,
the
the
way
green
back.
black toilets. Never, hopefully never.
Nice. Rose gold toilets.
Rose gold toilets,
Just a
yeah.
rose toilet.
24 karat. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything you guys think? I have a couple of questions left. I was going to jump on those, or if you had anything you...
I think you could talk about like functionality and design and like what, like there's some big functional pieces that are making a shift in terms of like standardized design. like the
best way
II.
to phrase that.
Yeah, like, I don't know, ways to make your home more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good way to phrase that?
I could phrase that.
Okay.
What do you make it like? All right.
Okay.
Here you go. Most people, when they're designing their house, they're just thinking about like visually how it works, but they don't like logistically see how it works. How can you take from pen to paper to be like doable? Does that make sense?
Yeah. So really, what it comes down to is, if you're hiring a designer or a general contractor, you need to take what they say and apply it. And you need to really take it for, hey, this is someone in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Trust their advice, trust your general contractor, trust your designer, trust their opinions. There's a lot of efficiency and design standards that are being raised across the world. The IIDA has released a lot about like your toilets, how they're recommending now off-the-ground toilets. So for sanitation and for germs, it's a lot cleanlier.
Like wall-mounted toilets.
Wall-mounted toilets.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And then they're doing away with things on your blinds like cords. You're not allowed to have those anymore.
Mm-hmm.
No one will manufacture those. Any new ones, anyways. You have to do cordless now for child safety. And then, can you think of any others? There's a few like.
The cord was the one.
Yeah, cords are a big one.
Yeah, like when I moved into my last home, that was like the first thing to go because.
You can't have
It's not
those.
that expensive. They're cheap. I mean, unless you get that one person who's charging.
Yeah, that one's
$1,000
crazy.
a
I
thing.
know. Yeah, I know, but for everyone else, it's pretty.
Even Home Depot and Lowe's, they have decent. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's cheap, but it'll get you to where you need to be.
Yeah, and I think used to it was just you could pick the wand, you could pick the cords, and now it's like no cords, not an option. Have to pick something else. So it's been interesting to see though how fast that's picked up and taken off, and people are aware of that. So
Sorry, I'm just trying to
you're good.
do that so we don't have any more bot calls. All right. What would be something? We're what? 20 minutes, 18, 20 minutes. There's the last two questions I have are: is there a type of homeowner who skips the design and almost always wishes they hadn't? What's one change that makes the biggest visual impact? Okay, yeah, that's a good one. And what separates a remodel someone loves from a year and one they love for a decade?
Okay, which one do you want to start with?
We'll do the decade one. I'll ask Chantelle first. All right, Chantelle, what is the difference between a remodel that someone's going to love for like a year or they're going to love for a decade?
I think the biggest thing is going with what they love, the designs and finishes that they love versus what is trending now.
Mm-hmm.
And going back to like making it feel like it's theirs versus just like off the Pinterest board, because the Pinterest board isn't homey.
Yeah.
So how much of that do you give to the homeowner to decide? Like how much guiding do they need typically?
Oof.
Depends on the client.
Yeah. I think a lot of it too is in terms of guiding a client and directing them, you have to give them one choice to start. Common misconception among designers is give them as many options as they want. No. Give them one, start there, get their feedback. And we're not starting from scratch. You've talked with them, you've met with them, you've gotten their inspo images, and then you give one option. See where they go with that. And they can tell you, no, too bright, too dark, too traditional. Like they know from that one image what they like and what they don't. So just start them with one. And then, direct them to the timeless. That's huge. Make them pick something that's going to last through the years. And, I mean, everyone's different. Usually a client will pick something that's a little bit out there, maybe not the most timeless aspect. But you just explain that to them, hey, this probably isn't the most timeless thing. You might have to update this in 10 years, but if you love it, let's do it. So there's a little bit of balance there.
Nice. I like that. This is probably one we hadn't talked about, but I was thinking about it. If I have, let's say I have a 3-bed, 2-bath, I'm a homeowner, and I want to know how much it's going to cost to have you come in and design it. Is there a way that we could, that you price that out, or you can give a ballpark over the phone?
Yeah, good question. I would say how much time do you want with the designer? Because there's a big difference. If you want to send inspo images and then get the selections in the 3D rendering, that's very minimal time. You're talking under 10 hours or less. If you want to go with the designer, meet with the designer, talk through with the designer, you're getting more into like the
showrooms.
Yep, showrooms, visiting. You want to do a ton of multiple rounds of selections, and you really want to get into it with the designer. 50 plus hours, I would say, is a good range for that. So
wow,
it jumps up pretty quick. Now, both are great. Let's get you what you want, but your time with the designer is where the cost really comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
Designers are quick. We know what looks good. We know what we like. We know what you like based off your images. So to do 1 or 2 rounds of reselecting, give you the 3D elevations, make all the selections for you, and get those to the general contractor, 10 hours or less. But if you want to be involved and you want to watch us through it all, your hours start racking up. So
nice. Chantelle, what's the biggest thing you've learned since that you didn't think about the industry before you jumped into interior design?
Oh man, you put me on the spot. Biggest thing I've learned. Oh man. Might have to do a clip.
No, you're good.
Yeah, take your time. Think of a good one.
There's so much to learn. I'm still learning.
You can talk about like directing a client. I think what client direction is big.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. One of the biggest things I've learned is client direction.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, when I was helping a client choose wallpaper, I had given her a huge selection of choices, and she had the hardest time narrowing it down, and we were both frustrated with each other by the end of it.
Oh no.
But it just had gotten to the point where she had too many, and so the idea of like just starting with one is way better than giving.
Don't send them a book. Send them one picture.
Yeah.
Kind of a
Yes.
thing. Interesting.
Yes.
I like that.
I've definitely learned a lot from that.
Okay. Azelia, what's your biggest success in interior design so far?
Ooh, biggest success.
Besides marrying an absolute hunk.
I know, right? He's a hottie. He's a real. We'll have to flash a picture of him on here and then put on like some.
We don't want to blow up his DMs.
I know. He's
He's
just.
taken, ladies.
I know, guys. Get your hands. Just kidding. Biggest success. I honestly think the company that I've built and that we're growing. Right now, it consists of all women, which is kind of an accident. It hasn't been on purpose.
I've applied multiple times.
Yeah, McKay. He's we'll try again. You keep missing the routine. Just kidding. But I'm really proud of that. And most of our women that work are moms too. This is something they can do outside of, and in addition to being a mom, they set their own hours. They work with their client schedules. They work with their own schedule. But still to deliver a professional experience and be able to be a mom and set a role, be a role model for your kids, doing both. I really have admired watching everybody else that without having kids myself yet, and seeing everyone adhere to that. And then in turn, I get all this feedback from these amazing women, and it's brought our company up, and it's really where our success has come from, is all of the feedback of all of these women that I've worked with. And sometimes it's hard conversations, but it's always positive because we're growing from it.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say.
That's so empowering. That's awesome.
Yeah. Not to be on my feminist soapbox.
But it's good. It's good to help those that. I mean, honestly, help those that can't really help themselves. Even the platform that's allowed them to grow and do what they enjoy.
Right, and to really show that motherhood is not something that you need to.
Not a limitation.
Yeah, you either need to sidebar it or it needs to be your everything. It can be something that is you, but you also can follow these passions and these creative outlets and really follow that calling in life to be a designer.
That's huge. I mean, I have 2 children myself, so I'm sure they'll be at the warehouse with me,
Yep.
and maybe even riding their Strider bikes.
Love it. It's amazing.
But yeah, it's a huge deal to be able to do both.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Azelia, what's happening in 2026, 2027 for Interiors by Design?
Oof, we got big things coming. We're really excited about our new warehouse. We're going to have some big announcements about that soon, but I'm not going to drop anything here yet, so they'll have to check
The
back.
whole reason I brought you on
I
is just so
know.
I can get the news.
Mic drop moment. Give me like 2 weeks, and then
Finalize.
yeah,
papers
we
signed.
should be good. Today was our last little bit, so we should really be good in a week. But
Nice. Awesome. I think the other last questions. What's the change? What's one change that makes the biggest visual impact in a kitchen? Or do you think we pretty much covered that?
that's a good one. I would say honestly, I wrote down on that one. The biggest overlooked upgrade is lighting.
Oh yeah,
And
it's like the lipstick on the pig.
It
Do you think
is.
it's that, or would you say appliances?
Oh, appliances are big too. There's nothing like a new stove.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
All right. What's one change? Let me remember. What's
Yeah.
one change that makes the biggest visual impact?
I'll let you
Oh,
start.
visual versus, yeah.
Well, I would just say lighting.
Yeah. Well, okay, what's one of the biggest visual impacts that affects your kitchen or bathroom?
I would have to say lighting, because like the difference between a pendant or a chandelier can completely change a space.
More than that too. Like the difference between 3,000 Kelvin and 2,700. Like, yeah, if you're doing anything above 3,000, are you in a doctor's office and are you okay? Because you shouldn't be. And the 2,700s, that's my sweet spot. I will always recommend that lighting temperature, unless you are in a doctor's office or a functional space, business wise. And then appliances too, like you said, anything appliance wise, usually new is good. It's usually a good way to just reset your kitchen.
It's a lot of it's super easy. You can call into the warehouse or suppliers, and they'll come in, pull the other ones out, and put your new ones in.
Yeah.
Even in the bathroom, just replacing your toilet or your sink, that makes a huge impact.
Yeah, at some point, just be done cleaning it. Just get a new one.
It's not that expensive. A new toilet's
No.
$190, $150.
No, you need someone to install
At
it.
least the ones I'm getting.
Call
I'm
McKay.
Getting some high-end
Well,
wall-mounted ones.
I don't know. The wall mounts, yeah, they're nice, and then there's functionality, right?
So the problem that I've had as a plumber with wall-mounted ones is if you ever take them off and you put a new one on, it will leak.
Really, every
For some
time.
reason, every time. That's, correct me in the comments, which I don't have that many people watching, but
I'm gonna comment after this. I'm gonna be like, wall-mounted toilets aren't that bad. I'm just kidding.
they're fun, they're cool, but I think that they're also a lot more technical to install, because the other one you just slap it on, the other one you have to
match it
filters and
when you got
get-
gravity and that's where trusting your general contractor comes into play. Like
Yeah.
that's where they come to you, and like knowing that you'll give them that feedback of, hey, this is just what I've seen. If you really want to do this, but I have seen that wall mounts leak. They need to hear that so that they can make an informed decision. And how nice that they get that from you. Trust your general contractor.
Exactly. With your life.
Yeah, with your life, you should. It
Right.
is. I mean, in essence.
Kind of, yeah, a lot of stuff we're doing. All right, well, I appreciate your guys' time. Is there anything that you think that we're missing, anything we should talk about?
I don't know. What anything you think of?
I already tried to bait you for your big news, but I guess
I
I'm not
know.
getting that.
You know what? I can say it, and then you can drop it in a week.
Okay, it's probably going to take me a week to get it done.
Good.
anyways.
Okay, big news. Interiors by Design 2026. Our warehouse, we are launching a projector floor plans through Walk Through Plans franchise, which means we will have life-sized floor plan renderings and elevations for you to walk. So that's coming soon.
I will have to be there. to
Yep.
do some
It's
videos
gonna
on
be
that.
McKay's got the exclusive access
I'm so
pass.
excited about this.
Yep, he really does. I include this if you want, and you should know this too, it's meant a lot in my business development to partner with McKay and see how you've done things. It's helped me learn a lot. You taught me about posting on Google. You taught me about Google reviews. That was you that taught me both of those things.
Mhm.
And it's led me to a lot of success from that. So I really do appreciate that from you.
Make me blush. I appreciate
I know.
that. Well, hopefully you guys don't get too big. We can keep continuing a project here in Southern Utah. And if you need me to come out to New York, I'm more than willing.
Fly you out, private jet, give me a few more years. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
I'll follow you a couple more years too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate your guys' time. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. Have a good day.